And just like that, it's time for our weekly roundup of all the things Lady just ain't gonna do this week. Number 1, act like Beyonce wasn't robbed at the Grammys. So this week we dusted off the Grammys because we wanted to see the queen get her due, okay? And we thought we might even see her perform, and we know that she's the GOAT when it comes to a live performance. But the whole ass reason we let the Grammys collect dust in the first fucking place is because really it feels like it's no longer about artistry and really just about like some weird clique shit. And clearly, Queen is not a part of the clique. Now, sure, Renaissance won some well-deserved awards, including even winning a category that didn't exist before, Best Dance or Electronic Album. And winning that award made her the winningest artist in Grammy history, okay? And as y'all know, when you a winning negress, people love to hate. And the Grammys been trying to put the queen in her place by not giving her the well-deserved and deeply coveted Album of the Year award. Instead, giving it to Harry Styles. What? Now really though, allow us our Kanye moment before that fool really went the fuck off the deep end. But come the fuck on. You gonna choose Harry Styles over Adele, Lizzo, Bad Bunny, and Beyonce? Now, this is why people be looking at this shit talking about it's rigged, because it is. Further, there was an interview done with a Grammy voter who gets to remain anonymous, and they said that while Beyonce was a strong artist, they didn't vote for her because basically they didn't like how self-important she was. Now, number 1, how much you want to bet that anonymous voter was a white man? And also, are we still calling Black women uppity when we love ourselves and when we do good shit and when we win? I'm shocked, except I'm not at all. Other things Lady just ain't gonna do this week. Look, just when you thought it couldn't get worse. So we found out some new shit this week as it relates to the case of Tyree Nichols, a young Black man who was literally murdered by Memphis police officers. Now first, yet another officer was fired for his involvement in the murder. And he was, drumroll please, a white officer who tased Tyree, and then when the brother ran, could be heard saying on his own body camera video, "I hope they stomp his ass." Now, what in the overseer nonsense is this? Oh, you know, America. Now, if you watch the video, which I most definitely did, this clown was out here in the first few minutes of the video, and you most definitely could see his white-ass hands, which was interesting to me because, you know, the civil rights people were exclaiming that Black officers need to be held accountable just like white officers, but they never noted that the white man started it and the Black officers finished it. Now, this is definitely a what did you know and when did you know it moment. But catch this. Also, why did it take all this time to fire his ass? You know, he got put on a paid administrative leave first, okay? And now, only now, do we hear the police union has something to say with they weak asses? And is it a coincidence that they just started talking like right now? I mean, if it wasn't so typical, it might be comical. But that's not even the most egregious shit even, if you can believe it. We also found out this week that the Black officers, after they beat this nigga literally to death, propped him up and took pictures of his bloodied, beaten body and then sent them to his homies. Now, I would tell you something is rotten, but instead I'll just say nothing to see here because everything is functioning exactly as it usually does. Don't let me hear y'all talk about community policing or body cameras or training. No, not no more. I mean, for real, please miss me with that shit because to be real, like the realest of real, they were trained and they were watched and they lived in the damn community. You cannot make this shit up. It's not bad apples, my friends. Y'all be like, not every cop, and sure, I'm gonna give it to you. Police have and play many different roles. Like, is the admin lady cop whooping on Black people? Probably not. But I promise you, if your job is to whoop on people, you telling me you're not finna do your actual job? Because that was their job. They were put into a unit called the Scorpion Unit, designed to intimidate, harass, and brutalize people as a designated function. Now go on and sit with that one. Let's get into what Lady likes this week, though, because Jesus, Lord, pray for me. Number one, and the only thing on this list, because, yeah, is Biden's State of the Union address. And more than the words, it was the swag for me. Now, honestly, the best thing this week was President Joe Biden's State of the Union address for a few reasons. But the first one is that it was a masterclass on strategy. President Biden played his position in a way I hope filters all the way through the Democratic Party, child. Let me explain. First of all, Joseph Robinette Biden did not come to play with these Republican hoes. He said all the things with his whole ass chest, and it was the first time in a long time that we saw somebody who was actually more inclined to try and work with these people just actually really set the fucking terms. He said, if you do this, I will veto it so many times, and each time, baby, I cackled. I wanted to get the man a beer. Now, if you try to play me on abortion, healthcare, Social Security, the economy, or basically any number of things, you will catch these veto hands. Here for it. Second, and my friends, please catch this because it really does matter. He actually addressed police violence, coming with the best and even better, to be honest, than Obama line, everyone deserves to make it home. He did not one time, say police need more money. That is a marked shift from what he's been saying literally since 1994 when he was a part of the super predator machine. Now look, y'all, the president is a police-loving ass dude. But it is a big deal in the land of wishy-washy, mealy-mouthed politics that he did not one time say more money for police. Now, on the movement side, I really need y'all to claim and amplify and build on this. Small but important victory, because I have said it before and I will say it again, the window is closing. It is an organizing opening if that's what we're really doing here. He's not going to abolish the police. And we can get closer if we step into this opening where for right the fuck now, he is trying to say something to Black voters. Get with the program. Welcome back to Ladies Love Notes, where we give you all of the real about being single and dating in your 40s. Now, this week, we are taking on a listener question. Here it goes. Listen, so I'm in the process of finalizing my divorce and recently met someone amazing. We've been dating for a few weeks, and I'm remembering what it's like to be liked and like someone back. It's really nice. Only thing is, he asked me when I would be comfortable coming out on social media. And honestly, sis, I was shook. It's not that I'm concerned about people knowing we are dating per se, but I'm not officially divorced. We both have relatively public profiles, so I want to make sure I'm honoring the seriousness of our potential future while holding the current reality of my legal situation. So, my question is, lady, when should couples make it IG or Facebook official? Okay, girl. Whew, this one has a few layers to it, child, so let's get into it. Now, first and foremost, thank you for bringing your question our way. There's a few pieces of your question that stand out to lady. 1, you're in the process of finalizing your divorce. 2, you've been dating a new person for a few weeks, and it sounds like it's been lovely. 3, you were shook when he asked you when you'd be comfortable coming out as a couple. And finally, y'all want to do it on Beyonce's internet. So let's take each one of these pieces on one at a time. All right, so you're in the process of finalizing your divorce. Now, for those who don't know or haven't been through this shit, it's the worst. A divorce process, seriously, is enough to make you say, now, why did I get married again? It doesn't always have to be ugly, but it most definitely involves a lot of negotiating. And then, of course, you're almost always dealing with hurt feelings or some kind of feelings. And so there's just like a lot on the table and there's a lot going on. And the shit really does take a long time. It's not like a breakup where 1 minute you're together and the next minute you're not. I mean, listen, a divorce is like literally and legally untangling your life with another person. In California, they make you wait 6 months before you can finalize anything, even if you're on the same page. It's a lot, child. Which leads me to the second piece. You like this person you're dating. It's been a few weeks, and you're remembering what it's like to be liked and like someone back. I think that's awesome. It's totally the point of dating. finding someone you like and who likes you back. Sounds like it's been a few weeks of total bliss, so congratulations, sis. Which leads me to the next point. They want to know when you're good with letting folks know that you're dating in the public. And you got shook. Can I be honest, sis? I would be too. I'm just saying. I mean, you really just started dating. You didn't say a few months, honey. You said a few weeks. What's the rush to make it Instagram official? Now, here's what I mean by this. Those of us who have been in long-term relationships be forgetting about how to just date. Questions about monogamy aside, because I know some of y'all be on the poly shit. Okay, I get it. Y'all like each other a lot, and that makes sense. Do y'all need to come out as a couple? I don't know. I mean, you not gonna date nobody else? You just ready to lock it down right now? How come, sis? Wasn't you just locked down? Let's discuss. I'd like to propose that you're going through a whole process that, to be real, it's emotional. Now, whether you were done already or not, or just want it to be over or not, it's emotional. Lady thinks that in and of itself just deserves its own space to be complete without bringing in some whole other dynamic. Like Janet said, let's wait a while. Now, Lady ain't saying don't get down. Now listen, if the streets are calling, honey, pick up the phone. And just because you in these streets and hailed a cab, don't mean everybody got to know where you going and what your destination is. Lady raises an eyebrow at a brother who don't get that. And I suspect that anything or anyone worth standing still with for a bit, they're not going to be trying to lock it down when you're still trying to move out. So the verdict here is this. Lady advises that you enjoy everything you're feeling and learning and remembering, and just stay there for a bit. Tell your girlfriends what you would be telling the gram. Leave a little room for yourself, sis. You just got free. Now, maybe you decide you want to lock it down, maybe you don't. But don't let the gram get in the way, child. And y'all public too? No, ma'am. Let the streets talk. Sometimes it's better when you don't participate. Love you, girl.